today's topic is fraction. See, here, which fraction is greater in each pair? For finding out the greater and the smaller fraction, first of all, we need to understand that there are two types of basic fractions. One is the like fraction, which means a fraction where there is the same denominator. Whenever we find a fraction, a like fraction, that is a fraction with the same denominator. For an example, 1 by 3 and 2 by 3. See, both the denominators are the same. In that case, we will focus on the numerator. The numerator, see, here in the first fraction the numerator is 1 and here the numerator is 2. We will focus on the numerator. The greater numerator is the greater fraction. So over here 2 by 3 is my greater fraction. Now in case we are given unlike fraction. Unlike fractions. Now we will group unlike fractions into two parts. First unlike fraction. First of all, what is an unlike fraction? A fraction that has different denominators, that is the denominators are not the same, then it is known as unlike fraction, so different denominators. Now there can be two types of unlike fractions for simplicity purpose. First type of is where there is the same numerator. That is, the denominators are different but the numerator is the same. So here in this case like 1 by 3 and 1 by 5. See, over here the denominators are different. It is 3 and it is 5, which means it's an unlike fraction, but the numerator is the same. So in this case, we will only focus in the denominator. Whichever denominator is small, like here it is 3, here it is 5. The smaller denominator is a greater fraction. So here you can see 3 is smaller than 5. So 1 by 3 is a greater fraction than 1 by 5. Now, moving on to the next type of fraction that we were talking about, the next type of unlike fraction, where we have different, that is different numerator as well as different denominator. So we'll say it's an all different fraction. That is, for an example, 3 by 5 and 4 by 7. Here you can see nothing is a match. Definitely the denominators will not be the same. That is why it is an unlike fraction. But here in this case, even the numerators are not the same. Here there is a 3 and here there is a 4. So in this case, the step is we have to find the LCM of the denominator. So we will follow a step. The first step is LCM of denominators. This is my first step. So as per the question, the LCM of 5 and 7, since both the numbers are prime numbers, so their LCM will be, okay, let's use a different color. Like their LCM will be 5 into 7 as per the question given to us. So it is 5 into 7, 35. Now, second step is we are going to adjust the numerators as per the denominators. Like, see here, if we consider this fraction 3 by 5 and 4 by 7, we will write it in this manner. So the second step is, let's write step 2. It is adjust numerator as per the denominator. This is step 2. Here, my fraction was 3 by 5 and 4 by 7. So if you want to adjust it, it is basically 3 by 5 and 4 by 7. So we will write it in this manner. The LCM of 5 and 7 is 35. So we are going to change the denominator of both the fractions into 35, which was the LCM of both 5 and 7. Now in this situation we know 5 into 7 is 35. Since we have multiply the denominator with 7, we need to do the same with the numerator as well. So this also, the numerator gets multiplied with 7. So 3 into 7 we get 21. Similarly, we know 7 into 5 is 35. So we are going to multiply the numerator as well with the same number, that is 5. So 4 into 5 is 20. Now, at the end of the steps, we have received two fractions, 21 by 35 and 20 by 35. Now, check, these both becomes like fraction because both have the same denominator, that is 35. That was the very purpose of doing the LCM. Now, final step, that is step number 3, that is we will compare like fractions. So compare as like fractions. So what do we do with the like fractions? Like fractions are where the numerators are different but the denominators are same. So here see, we have got it. The denominators are same. Now it has become like fraction. Now we will treat it just the way we treat the like fractions. So right now see, 21 by 35 and 20 by 35. The denominators are the same, so they are both like fractions. So the greater numerator, we will compare the numerators. So the greater numerator is a greater fraction. Over here 21 is greater than 20, so 21 by 35 becomes a greater fraction. As per the question, we can say that 3 by 5 is a greater than 4 by 7. So this is how we are going to compare. Now we will straight on move to the practice question. See, which fraction is greater in each pair? You can see in this case the numerators are the same, denominators are different. So as I told you, compare the denominators. The denominator which is smaller is actually a greater fraction. So here in this case 7 is smaller than 9, which means 1 by 7 is actually greater than 1 by 9. Yeah. Since 7 is smaller than 9, that is why actually 1 by 7 fraction is greater. So we will put the sign for comparison. Which fraction is greater? 1 by 7 fraction is greater. Similarly, number B, 1 by 11 and 1 by 7 same. The numerators are the same, so we will compare the denominators. The smaller denominator is a greater fraction, which means since 7 is smaller than 11, so 1 by 7 is a greater fraction. Moving on, 1 by 3, 1 by 9, same. The numerators are again the same. The denominators are different. So, we will follow the same step. 1 by 3 is greater than 9 because 3 is smaller than 9. So, smaller denominator means greater fraction. So, 1 by 3 is greater. Similarly, number D, 1 by 17, 1 by 25 again, same numerator. So, 1 by 17 is the greater fraction because 17 is smaller than 25. We will move to the next question. Which fraction is smaller? Now we will find out the smaller fraction. Again here, both the numerators are 1, same numerator. So, we will compare the denominator. Now, we have to find the smaller fraction. So, compare the denominators. 25 is greater than 23. So, the fraction with a greater denominator is actually smaller. So, 1 by 25 will be the smaller fraction. Next, 1 by 11 and 1 by 17. Once again, the fraction, we have to compare the denominators in the fraction. So, the denominator which is greater is actually the smaller fraction. So, 1 by 17. Next, 1 by 9, 1 by 99. Again, the numerators are the same. So, compare the denominator. This greater denominator is actually the smaller fraction. So, we need to mark the smaller fraction. So, 1 by 99 is the answer. Again, 1 by 15 and 1 by 23. Since 23 is greater than 15. So, this is a greater fraction. Sorry, smaller fraction. So, we have marked all the fractions. Now, we will compare. Put sign. 1 by 5, 1 by 9. Again, check the numerators. The steps are, first check the numerators and the denominators. The denominators are different, which it means it's an unlike fraction. So now we will check the numerators. Numerators are same. So we will check the denominators and check the denominators. 1 by 9 is a greater. So actually 1 by 9 is a smaller fraction. Always remember the fraction with a greater denominator is actually a smaller fraction. Next. Number 3B. 1 by 6 and 2 by 12. Now both are different. Now we have to first convert it into like fraction. How are we supposed to do it? See, 1 by 6 and 2 by 12. 1 by 6 and 2 by 12. This is some number 3b. So this sum number 3b. We need to find out put sign. So here see 6 and 12. We have to find the LCM of both. We can do it verbally also orally. How? Always see if multiplying the smaller number you can get the greater number or not. Like in this case 6 into 2 is 20 is 12, which means multiplying something with the smaller denominator will fetch you the greater denominator. So in that case the LCM will be 12. Or if you are confused, you can also find the LCM. It is 6 and 12. With 2 we get 3 and here we get 6 again. With 3 we get 1 and 2. So the LCM is 2 into 3 6 into 2 12. So see, it's the same thing. LCM is 12. Now we will follow the step. We are going to write it in this manner. 1 by 6. Copy the question in this manner. Draw longer lines in this manner and then we will, as for the LCM, we are going to write it in the denominator for both the fractions. The denominator will become 12. It will change to whatever LCM we have done. Now, think 6 was multiplied by 2 to get 12. So, we will multiply the same with the numerator. So, 1 into 2 it becomes 2. 12 was multiplied by 1 to get 12. So, we will multiply the same with the numerator as well. So, 2 into 1 becomes 2. So, you see we have got 2 by 12 in both the cases. It means it is equal. So my sign will be equal. 3b sign will be equal. Next 1 by 13 and 1 by 8. 13 and 8. Over here 13 is actually a prime number. So it means the LCM will be the product of 13 and 8. We need to multiply both. Let's do it. 6c 1 by 13 and 1 by 8. Okay, now we have got it. LCM, we do not have to find out the LCM because one of the number over here is 13, which is a prime number. So simply you can multiply. So 13 into 8. LCM is 13 into 8, which is 104. Now we will follow the same step. Draw long lines 13 and we will change the denominator to the LCM that we had got, that is 104. We know 13 into 8 is 104, so multiply the same with the numerator as well. So 8 ones are 8. Again, we'll follow the same step for the next fraction, that is 1 by 8. We know 8 into 13 is 104. So we'll multiply the same with the numerator. So 1 into 13, 30. Now you see 13104 and 8104. Both the places my denominators are the same, 104, 104. So this will be treated as a like fraction. So here 13, the numerator we have to compare and 13 is greater. So 13104, that is actually 1 by 8 is a greater fraction. So this is our greater fraction.